Good morning, and welcome to 10 different types of walking meditation. My name is Victoria Leo, and I am a mind and body healer. Specifically, I take whatever's been holding you back, whatever barrier has been preventing you from getting to your heart's desire, and I blast it away. The tools that I use are not the story. The story is about you and what you've been trying to do and what you're now going to be able to do. I've never had a client who came to me and said, I've got this problem and I've done absolutely nothing. I've done absolutely nothing to try to solve it myself. I just woke up one day and said, hey, I just realized I've got a problem and I'm immediately going to go to an expert. Nobody does that. And a lot of people act like, that people don't try to figure things out for themselves. Now, I know every single one of my clients has tried to blast through these barriers themselves. The key is a lot of these things, either you can't, it's just the way the human brain is organized, you need somebody else to be doing it, or, excuse me, I'm getting over a flu. Or you're in a situation where you don't need a lot of direct involvement from a healer, but you do need some, right? And every single person that I've worked with has been in the boat where they've got a real genuine problem that is impacting their life, and they think that they have to suffer with it forever and ever because they tried. And we've got this mistaken American belief that if you can't do it yourself, then there's something wrong with you. Well, I've got a flu. I didn't assume that I should be able to, heal myself 100%. Earlier in my life, I had appendicitis. I didn't have the belief that I should get a knife and cut myself open and remove the appendix and everything would be fine. We know that these kinds of things are crazy, but we believe that other kinds of problems should be, excuse me, should be something that we should be able to, just entirely take care of on our own. That's crazy. Okay, I'm going to tell you officially, and I've got the credentials to say it. That is crazy. I am a licensed mental health professional. I've got a master's degree in psychology, and I've got a master's degree in biology. I taught human anatomy at the college level for many years, and I do a lot of coaching and certified life coach, health coach, also a lot of coaching with people, and a lot of this healing work on purely physical problems. Okay, when I'm not practicing medicine, but there's a lot of things that are going on with the human body that I can have a tremendous impact on. Reiki energy healing is one of my tools. Karuna Reiki is one of my tools. And I've done a lot of work with depression, people with depression on a biochemical basis, not just the mental health. Anyway, so one of the tools that I've really emphasized with my clients, in addition to yoga, the non-competitive, good solid yoga, is meditation. And a lot of people say to me, I won't meditate. And I said, okay, why? I'm sure that there's a really good reason. And the reason is they can't sit still. And it's like, honey, you don't have to sit still, right? A lot of us, when you're really agitated about something, your boss just, drive you crazy. Your husband, your teenagers, whatever. You're pissed off at your doctor. You're pissed off, whatever. Whatever the problem is, the last thing you're gonna do is gonna sit there still, and clear your mind. Nonsense. Of course you can't do that. So, walking meditation allows you to move. It's the best twofer on the planet because you're walking, you're getting some exercise. You get to say, hey, I did exercise today, woohoo, So you meditated and you did exercise. And as with all the other types of, sitting meditation, there are a gazillion different ways to do it. And what I'm going to talk about here is 10 types. And unless you're being, consciously perverse, unless you're self-sabotaging, you can't hate all 10 of them. It's not possible. Human beings aren't built. We're creatures of love. We're not creatures of hate. You're not going to hate all 10 of them. So keep an open mind, and let's look at the 10. Now, I tested this before we went live, so let's hope it actually works. You're going to have some time, listening to me talk. And I'm also going to, move the laptop so that you can look at my feet, because some people have a hard time connecting, the words with the feet. So we're going to go ahead and you get a chance to look at my lovely feet. And I'm going to allow myself to carry you along here with me. Goodness gracious. Okay, so in case you're wondering, this is my office. Obviously, not a TV studio. All right, so the slowest. We're going to go from slowest to fastest. And here you are. Okay, and I'm going to adjust this so you can see my feet. All right, now, actually, I'm going to take my slippers off. You need slippers. The slowest type of walking meditation works like this. You're going to take a deep breath, step forward, okay, let me back up here. Okay, breathe in, take a step forward, breathe out. Don't move your feet, okay? So you take a whole complete breath before you take another step, right? Whole complete breath. This is really, really slow. A lot of meditation teachers love this one because it is so slow. Me personally, drives me insane, but that's okay. Some people really, really love it. Excuse me. Now, between the breathe in and breathe out, one of the things you can do is silently do some verbiage to help the process along. Okay, so here are some examples. Okay, one of my favorites. Breathe in, energy in, problems out. Remember, taking one step only. Okay? Another one I like is, I am peaceful, breathe in, all is well. Yeah, that's a good one. And then you can also, if you've got a religious background, you can do something involving Mother Mary or God or Guanyin or whatever, Brahma. Okay. So that's the slowest. Okay, let's look at my feet again. Here's another version. All right. Breathe in, take a step. Breathe out, take a step. You can see this is going to be a little faster. I mean, we're not talking marathon run here, but it's a little faster. Okay, so instead of breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Now, the slower you breathe, the faster you're going to calm your physiological responses. Okay, so keep your breathing short. Nice and long. Okay. So the second one goes energy in, problems out. Energy in, problems out. Energy in, problems out. Energy in, problems out. Okay? And for those who are interested, if you sign up for my newsletter, I'll send you the written version of this. I'm not one of those people who will be sending you sales solicitations every 3 days. No, 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 no. I have a newsletter once a month, and if there's something really exciting, late breaking, you might, get one additional email from me, but I'm not going to flood your inbox. I've got way too much respect for you to do that. Okay? And you can get the paper version. Okay, if you're interested, you could sit there and take notes if you want. That's also an option. Okay, number 3 is you do this, what I just described, only more briskly. If you're really agitated and you can't do that slow stuff, you might be able to get benefit from just simply walking more briskly. Again, your breaths are not going to be very long and deep, but if you start brisk, you can frequently then get to a place of more calmness, and you can slow down. Right? Have respect for yourself. If you can't, you can't. Right? Do one of the other types of walking meditation that I'll get to, or it might simply be that you're not familiar with it. A lot of times we say, "Oh, I can't," when the reality is I don't want to because I haven't done it before, and I'm scared, and I got enough other things aggravating me on my plate. I don't need the emotions of I can't. I'm not doing it right. I'm an idiot. Blah 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 blah. Right? Okay, that's what people come to me for, so that they don't have these little voices in their head saying I'm an idiot. Blah 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 blah, which comes from your parents usually, but bless their hearts. Okay, now, type 4, meditation type 4. You'll be walking briskly. Again, this is one of those, I can't sit still, I can't walk, yeah, okay. So you're going to be walking briskly. I'm not going to demonstrate that because everybody knows what walking briskly looks like. But while you do it, you're going to be engaged in mindfulness. Now, mindfulness does not involve clearing your mind of thoughts. What it means is that you detach from your thoughts and your feelings. You allow them to be. My boss is a jerk, and there's a part of you, the true you, or the Buddha self, or your soul, or whatever. A lot of the mental health professionals call it the watcher. The watcher. It's a part of you that simply watches all of this, all these thoughts and feelings. Just let them be, but analyze them. It's like, oh, I'm feeling victimized again. Okay. I'm this, I'm that. Okay. Just look at it, analyze it, without being judgmental. You're not judging yourself. That's the key. The watcher makes no judgments. The watcher has no angry emotion, has no emotions, period. It's simply observing, being mindful. I'm seeing what's going on. The simple act of detaching part of your mind, having the watcher become activated to watch and observe and analyze. Okay, I see that and that and that. It starts to slow down without trying to. Do not try to. Simply keep that watcher active. Whatever's happening, simply watch it. Because you are the watcher. The thoughts and emotions, they are temporary. They're not you. And they're also not other people, right? We say, oh, she's an angry person. Well, she's a person. Okay? She's a person who's frequently lets her anger project outward. That's absolutely true. Okay? But she's a person. She's a human being, which means she's a lot of things. And anger is an emotion. It's not a human being. So, which means that applies to you too. And we don't have time here to really get into a lot of details on mindfulness. That's a whole class. It's multiple days of class. But there's a lot of really good books, including one by John Kabat-Zinn, K-B-A-T-T. Anyway, hyphen Z-I-N-N. John is J-O-N. Anyway, email me and I'll give you full particulars. There's a bunch of really, really good books on mindfulness, but mindfulness doesn't require you to let go of the anger or the fact that you're crying your guts out. It doesn't require you to stop how you're feeling. It just requires you to pull part of yourself out, pull the watcher out, so that in addition to feeling all these things, there's a part of you that is simply observing and analyzing without judgment. Okay? I know it sounds crazy, but people have taught inner city at-risk teenagers to do this. And I tell my clients, I'm sorry, if an at-risk, super poverty-stricken teenage boy can do this, please don't sit there in front of me and say you can't. Because if they can, the human race is not doomed. Okay, it's possible. Anyway, that was number 4. Let's move on to number 5. Got my cheat sheet here. Oh, this is a lovely one. So you're going to walk with a steady pace and focus on sensations. This is similar to mindfulness, but not 100%. Okay. So allow the feelings to come up, let them be felt, pass through, and be gone. Right? If you fully feel them and you keep breathing, they will pass. So breathe in. I feel angry. Breathe out. I feel, I see, I hear, I smell. If you're outside, this is really good. If you're out in you can't see my front yard. Yeah, I've got a beautiful little garden in the front. And this is my Washington office. I also have an office in Ashland, Oregon. And I've got deer in the front yard. So, real deer, not, fake Santa deer. So walking meditation there is particularly cool. But anyway, I feel sad. I feel angry. I see green trees. I hear the woodpeckers destroying my house, putting acorns under my roof shingles, which is probably why I'm angry, but anyway. I smell that just rained feeling, and as you take, these brisk or not so brisk steps, focus on your sensations and go through. I feel, which is emotions. I see, I hear, I smell, unless you're doing this while you're eating chocolate cupcakes, which I really don't recommend. You won't be tasting anything. Yeah, in fact, please don't taste anything, because you don't need the whole emotional eating thing. The other thing that you can do with this, and it's absolutely wonderful, is you can go through the thing that I talk about in one of my books, All my books are available on Amazon, except for one, which is available from Lulu Press, Lulu. Anyway, and it's actually the Take Back Your Lost Heart, which is from Lulu Press. That has this tool, this feeling journal. So take a step. I am sad. Take another step because my boss is a jerk. Take another step. I am sad because, take another step. I am stuck in this job. Now, and I know you understand. I'm stuck in this job. It's a belief. It's a thought. It's not a feeling. But that's where the sad or the angry or whatever is coming from. Okay, so you're getting it out in the open, right? Now, the nice thing about, I didn't mention this before, but the nice thing about all of these things is that the silent ones, if you're doing this silently, less effective, but sometimes it's necessary. If you're doing it silently, you can do it while walking down a corridor at work, or you can do it in public without people going, okay, 911. I've got a lot of clients that I'd say, instead of taking the elevator, walk down the steps, take a step down. I'm angry. Take another step because of my boss. Take another step. She's a jerk. Take another step. Including this morning, take another step. Once all right, okay. And the thing is, you're breathing, right? Every time you take a step, you're taking a breath, breathing in or breathing out. And even though you're expressing these emotions, right, which is kind of nice, you get them out of your body and out into the ether, whatever. But you're getting yourself to breathe, to tum, step, and step, and step, and step. And in the stairwell, you can talk quietly, and technically in public, but there's no one around. Especially you wouldn't do this if there's a whole bunch of people around. But most people take the elevator. They don't take the steps, right? So you've got the stairwell to yourself. Right? And if you're going up a couple of flights, you've got got the stair climbing exercise twofer, right? So anyway, and then you can also, if you manage to clear these things, you can end up, if you've got the time plan, if it's enough steps, you can end with, I'm grateful. This job was really, but I'm grateful that I have a wonderful husband to come home to. I'm grateful that I have the degrees and the skills, that eventually my resume will bear results. I'm grateful that I know Victoria Leo, who's a fabulous career coach, to career coaching, by the way, many, many years. Other, ultimate part-time. Actually, I should mention, I've been a coach for 17 years, life coach for 17 years, focusing on specifically careers and health. And because of my degree in psychology and my licensed mental health status, I know a lot about transitions, menopause and transitioning to retirement, the infamous turning 40 routine, and so forth. So, okay. So if you can end on a gratitude, you don't have to be grateful for this trouble in your life. A lot of people will say, well, the really spiritual way, to be is you should be grateful for all your troubles. And if you're at a place where you're ready to hear that, that's fine. But that's a very, very advanced mental, psychological, spiritual practice. Start out just by being grateful for all the things that are not going wrong in your life. Okay? I have been through some patches in my life, one particular where there was no aspect of my life, my health, my My marriage, everything was horrible. Everything was, I could not think of one single solitary thing to be grateful for. And until I said, well, I'm grateful that I don't have cancer. I'm grateful that I don't have diabetes. I'm grateful that I don't have Parkinson's disease. And the thing is, I did about 15 of these before I realized that the only thing in my life that I could find to be grateful for was that I didn't have, I had a list of other diseases, right? But I didn't, and the thing is, I teach anatomy and physiology. I could have kept on for 5 hours listing all the increasingly obscure diseases that I didn't have. But it didn't matter because just those 15 were enough to make me laugh, which got me out of, everything is doom and gloom and, my life is worthless and what's the point? To hang in there, to be grateful for, hey, I can breathe, I can walk, right? Anyway, and until, things change. We want the happy times to last forever, and we want the sad times to last like never. We want to just have a happy life. And if that's your goal, if that's your goal, you are doomed to disappointment. You're setting yourself up to be miserable because that's not the way human life goes. Anyway, another option is at any pace, from the very slowest, one complete breath for each one step, to breathe in with one step, breathe out with one step. Okay? But this is different in that you're noticing the color green. Focus your attention on one green object. I've got a window out there with gazillion plants. And I've got, in Oregon, all my walls are painted green. In here, I've got a green throw pillow. Behind me, you can see 2 flags, 2 different shades of green. Okay, so I focus my attention as I walk, either outside or inside. And you can walk around in circles. Hell, it's your house. You're paying a mortgage, or you're paying rent for it. You can do whatever you darn well please. As long as it doesn't involve nakedness and open windows. Okay, or abusing children or animals. But you can walk around in circles in one room of your house, right? Or you can find a broom closet at work and walk around in circles. Problem with broom closets is that it's hard to find the color green, but it's possible. Windex and stuff frequently has a green color. Anyway, you're looking for the color green, and as you take your breath, as you walk, you're going to say, every time I see the green color is taken inside me, and it heals me. Now, if you've got something specific that you want to heal, you've got a medical condition, then you'd be specific about it, right? Every time I feel the color green, I see the green color is taken inside of me, and it heals my colon cancer. Every time I see the green color is taken inside of me, and it heals my colon cancer. If it's just calmness you're looking for, then again, taking one step at a time, every time I see the green color is taken inside of me, and I am at peace. Every time I see the green color is taken inside of me, and I know that all is well. Every time I see the green color is taken inside of me, and I know that all is well. Yeah. I used, and then what you're doing with that is a form of self-hypnosis. I'm sorry, but I'm moving my laptop so much. That's better. So you're in a situation where you're basically doing a little bit of self-hypnosis, and you're fixating on the color green, which is a healing color anyway. Okay. I love that green meditation. That is meditation, walking meditation number 6. Number 7, instead of phrases, you can do what's known as toning. You're focusing on one sustained tone. Okay, so I'm going to take a step, and we're going to focus on the tones of Om. So start deep and then go higher. Each different tone gets a full and complete step. That's the way I do it. Now, again, this is one of those things you can do at any pace you want. You can go fast, you can go slow. If you're really agitated, then walk a little more briskly. Okay? Just keep a steady cadence with your breathing. Right? Breathe, 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 breathe. Okay? Keep it steady. Doesn't matter what pace it is, as long as it's steady. Right? And if you want to email me, I can explain to you exactly what's happening in your brain when you do that. Essentially, you're activating a particular part of your parasympathetic nervous system. You're going directly to the right part of your brain for calming. Okay. Anyway, there's a belief that this particular sound has spiritual significance. Forget about that. Neuroscientists have found this particular sound activates more strongly your parasympathetic nervous system than any other sound. Okay, so it's not mystical and spiritual unless you want it to be. If you're a devout, non-Eastern practitioner, have no fears. It has no mystical connotations per se. It just happens to be, thousands of years ago, people discovered, without knowing anything about the brain, that this particular sound. Okay, so just take it from the medical perspective. It's a really good sound. If you're surrounded by friends and family who are judgmental and have to attribute, some kind of negative stuff to anything that your priest or preacher doesn't talk about, then just do it when they're not around, okay? But this is a good one. Okay? I'm gonna take a step. Complete step, right? So actually 2 steps. Okay. So whatever foot you start out with, that's the one that you don't end up on, right? You can take more steps per Om. Just don't shorten, because it's the sound that's doing it for you. Okay, so here's a little more briskly. Okay. I hope the background isn't making you dizzy. In which case, turn off the video and just listen to the sound of my voice. Okay. That was number 7. Number 8 is the same toning, only slow. Okay. If you're feeling agitated, go fast. I did 5 steps for each Om, right? That last fast one. Okay. You can start out that way, and then slow down as you become less agitated. And the more slowly you do this, the deeper you're going. So, but do what you need to do. Go fast, and then slower. All right, that would be 7 and 8. Now, there's another type of of walking meditation that incorporates movement. And I tested this before we started, so you should be able to see this fairly well. Okay. So, I'm not going to move my feet. I'm just going to demonstrate. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, add the walking. Take a step. Breathe in. Take another step. Breathe out. This is the slowest, most effective. Okay. So let's do it again. Take one step. Breathe in. Take another step. Breathe out. The fact that you're moving, what's the point of moving? The fact that you're moving your arms, you are affecting, excuse me, a lot of the connective tissue that supports your rib cage. You're helping to open your ribs to the max, which helps your lungs to inflate even more so than when you're, you know, in normal mode. So this helps you. It also signals your brain again to activate calming response. Okay? What I do when I do this is I also go up on my toes and then come down. It's not necessary, but it emphasizes that upward. Okay, so take a step forward and up, my toes, and down. Okay, breathe in and breathe out. That's number 9. The 10th, and I'm gonna see if I can just this one more time. Not trying to show off my cleavage. Just trying to so you can see my waist. Okay. This form, okay, and you gotta make sure that you do this slowly, right? The guys out there, I know you're gonna want to go, cut that out. Slow. You do things slowly. Your tendons and ligaments have a chance to adjust in a way that's good for them. And that actually helps you prevent injuries and all the other things that you do in your life. Okay? Here we go. Number 9 was breathe in and go up as you step forward, right? Okay, so this would be one you just did. And now I'm going to do variation, which is raise your arms, step forward, and side. Come back to center, and come down. Okay? All right. So, up and to the side, and come back to center. Now, if you get good at this, and of course I went to the left first, so the next step I would take, I would go to the right. Now, if you do this for a while, and you know that you're disciplined, you can do take a step forward, go off to the left, take a step forward, and go off to the right. Nice and slow. And then come down. Okay? That requires, you're moving more slowly, right? Because you have to get all the way over, and then you're going to come back to center without moving your legs. Back to center without moving your legs. And push off on that other leg. Go to the twist to the other side. And then, without moving your legs, come back down. Okay? This is a combination of walking meditation and some yoga. It's a really nice spinal twist if you do it slowly. If you do it too quickly, you're actually not only not helping yourself, but you're, it's at this possibility of an injury because you don't want to do twisting things. I'm assuming that you've got some kind of mental state. Okay, so the movement-oriented things. I didn't demonstrate that you were doing anything with your voice, right? Because it's a lot to coordinate. As you get experienced with the movement, you can incorporate something simple. I've got a client who just says, Mother Mary, Mother Mary, Mother Mary. And it's a reminder to her that she's not alone. One of the beautiful advantages of a spiritual tradition is that it reminds you of the long view, right? Whatever's happening today, right? There's a larger context for whatever's happening. Right? And when we're in the midst of, I just lost my job, whatever. The only thing, your amygdala is talking to your adrenal glands and panic, and all you can do physiologically, as well as psychologically, is you got this narrow focus on, oh my God, I got to do something about this problem, right? Or, my boss is driving me crazy and I can't find another job and blah, 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 blah. All of which is true. All of which is true. But it's a tiny slice out of your life. And having a spiritual tradition can frequently remind you that A, you're not alone, right? There's divine grace, or there's the universe is a lawful place, right? Which could be a secular humanist idea, it could be a Buddhist idea. Both Buddhists are basically atheists. Atheists with a deep religious tradition. Anyway, so those are the 10 different types of walking meditation that I teach my clients, and I hope one of them will appeal to you. If you try all 10 of them, not one right after the other, like I demoed. Try one a day. One a day. Just try it. Just try it. What's the worst that can happen? Nothing. If it absolutely has no impact on you, then you just wasted 5 minutes. Whoop-de-doo. Tell me you didn't waste 5 minutes yesterday, right? But do it, and I don't mean 10 seconds. Whoops, sorry about that. If you're going to do something, be honest. Make a commitment. And if you're going to do a test, make it a fair test or not at all. I'm looking you right in the eye here. I'm telling you. Be honorable. 5 minutes, not 10 seconds. You can't know whether it actually works unless you do it. You can't decide ahead of time, oh, this isn't going to work. Sabotage it so, of course, it doesn't work, and then conclude, oh, it didn't work. That's dishonorable. Don't do that. You're better than that. Give it a good try. Be honest, be fair. I predict you're going to find one that works for you in various contexts. Right? Each one of these has its own best context, and I hope that I explained what some of the contexts can be. Some of them are really a lot better when you're very agitated. Others, like the movement-oriented things, are more for the times when you're not trying desperately to, flush out the anger at your boss so you can go back to work and function. Okay. All right. My website is the go-to place to find out more about how I blast through barriers. And if you go to my website and sign up, or simply send me an email, it doesn't matter. Just send me an email. Say you'd like to be on the newsletter mailing list. I'll send you the Word document with all these things listed and described. Have a great day.